Hi, welcome back to Portraits. Before anything else, I want to say this. This podcast would just not be what it is without you, the listeners. Your support, your feedback, and just your presence have shaped this space into something far more meaningful than I ever imagined. So thank you for being here. I've enjoyed every second of creating this podcast, and it makes me so happy to see so many new people subscribing and following along this journey. I say our podcast because it truly is a team effort. I've had a lot of helping during this time, bringing this to life, and I'm grateful for every step of the journey. So first season was absolutely beautiful. It was like uncharted waters for me and definitely for my guests, but every conversation was full of insights. Weirdly, I feel deeply connected to people that I've interviewed and that I've had conversations here. And, I follow them on social media, and I just want them to do great things, to share their knowledge and, to thrive even more. And in the last 6 months, we've recorded 14 episodes with people from the widest range of occupations and nationalities, from UK, Ireland, Brazil, Singapore, Bahrain, Pakistan, Iran, the US, Egypt, India, and Australia. And the conversations covered so much, feng shui, parenting, music, magic, personal branding, nutrition, leadership to addiction, meditation, healing. So many different aspects of life, home, work, children, entertainment. To me, this is exactly what it means to be a millennial in their 30s, living through the 2020 somethings, balancing everything, searching for meaning and finding connection across all areas of life. That's where I find myself. And over the last few months, I've realized that is something that resonates with people who are going through a similar path as me. And here's a really cool part. One of my quiet goals was to speak with as many nationalities as possible. If there's one place on earth where you can meet almost every nationality, it's Dubai. And honestly, you meet more nationalities at one brunch here than most people do in a lifetime. So in that way, it does feel like a blessing. Along the way, certain themes have kept returning to me. For example, I've noticed how often conversations come back to the way people approach life. Some move with strength, strategy, goals, while others are guided by goodness, by empathy and care. And so often strength is mistaken for coldness and goodness is taken for weakness, when really we all carry both, just in different measures. But then there are some debates that I listen to, and I can see that people are just coming from different places and they can't find common ground because they just see world differently. And I guess that's okay too. I also realized how many of us carry this subtle longing for someone to save us through luck, winning a lottery, marrying someone rich, a sudden opportunity. But the truth is, that is giving power to external validation. The truth is, no one can fully discover us until we've discovered ourselves. That's where the real, authentic story begins. And in that discovery, I've seen again and again how powerful the mind can be. Everything we can create starts in our minds, starts as a vision, a glimpse in the imagination. That's manifestation at work. But manifestation only becomes real when we, create the right conditions for it, when we slow down, calm our nervous system, and create space to receive. That's when the things we long for stop running away from us and, start appearing in our lives. And of course, part of this process is asking, do we even feel worthy of the life we imagine? Because if deep down you think, it's just too good to be true, you'll push it away. So now whenever I have these visions entering my life, my mind, I treat them as gentle suggestions, signs of what's possible if I keep growing into a better version of myself. Sometimes people tell me, and sometimes I tell it myself, I'm so lucky. But then for a second, I remind myself that nothing came out of blue. Everything that I see around me right now started in my mind, like I said before. And, people might think, oh, you have the perfect partner, you have a great job that you love doing. But for many years, I didn't. And I thought about this trivial analogy. It's like sort of trying on dresses. You go in a shop and you see on a hanger the most beautiful dress, and you think, oh my God, if I wear this dress, I will look like $1,000,000. You try it on, but it just doesn't feel right. It looks good, but it's too stiff. The material is rubbing on your skin the way you don't like it. But just because it looks so nice on you and it makes you feel better than you maybe actually feel, you'll try to wear it for a while. But it never lasts, because at the end of the day, you need to feel good in it as well. Then there's other times when, your mom says, look at this nice dress. Oh, it's so cozy and comfortable. Try it on. You try it on and yes, it's comfortable, but you look in a mirror and you're like, it's just not me. And then other times the dress is too short, the dress is too long, and it's just not feeling right. And then once in a while, you come across a dress, you try it on, and you're like, oh, this is comfortable, beautiful, and it just feels like me. That's how the right opportunities, people, and paths feel. When it's meant for you, there's no doubt. So if you're still doubting something, think about this analogy, because we all know that moment when something feels right, when we wear something and we like how it looks and it feels good as well. And then finally, there's this thought about AI. Lately, everyone's been wondering what it will mean for our jobs, our creativity, our lives. But what AI can never take away is our journey, our struggles, our messy and imperfect paths that turn into visions and ideas, urges to create and share. That's the most human thing of all. We create not because we're perfect, but because we are imperfect. AI won't have an impulse to heal or to make beauty out of pain or to help someone else because we've lived through the same darkness, but we will. These are the threats that have been in my mind since I started the season 1, and they're what I will carry with me into season 2. This time, I want to go even deeper, to plant thought seeds with people who are not only bettering themselves, but also helping sort of others along the way. And I've already have some inspiring guests lined up, and I can't wait to share these stories with you. And if you know someone doing something meaningful, inspiring, or simply very interesting, maybe it's even you, reach out to me. I'd really like to hear your story. So here's to season 2 of Portraits by Paula Mac. And again, thank you for being with me on this journey. And if you could do me a little favor, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It would mean the world to me.